guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, as you guys can see in the title, I'm gonna be taking down this hair. It's time for it to go. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. From afar, it looks good. In different angles, it looks good. But if you look up close and really look, it's not good anymore. Look at this.
Oh my God!
Look at this.
What is that?
That's how I've been walking around. That's how I've been walking around. And let me tell you guys, this style took 9 hours.
Oh, hell no, man.
Yes, 9 hours. I know that's insane, but it was my first time ever doing this style. I didn't know what I was doing. And just alone, the first one that I did, which was, I think this one on this side, I think I always start with my right side. This one took 2 hours itself, plus 3 meltdowns. I'm not exaggerating. Literally had 3 meltdowns just doing the one. In total, throughout the whole 9 hours, probably had 5 meltdowns. I'm sorry, you guys. I keep looking at myself when I'm talking. I need to make sure I'm looking at the camera, okay? That's gonna be a bad habit to try to get over. But yeah, so as I'm taking this down, I'm basically going to be telling you guys the journey of my locks. When did I start? Why did I start? How did I start? And just answering all of those questions about my locks and stuff. Just doing a small little story time as I'm taking this style down. I do know that I am gonna wash my hair tonight, but I'm not gonna do a retwist because it's 5:51. I literally came from work and stuff. I got off of work at 3:30, but I didn't get home until 4 something. And so I'm still in my work clothes, but I wanted to do this video tonight because I just can't take this style anymore. So I'm just gonna wash my hair tonight, and then I don't know when I'm gonna do a retwist, but we'll see. But that'll be in another video and another day. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Before we even get started, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the post notifications so you can see when I make more videos, okay? And yeah, let's get started. What I need is some scissors and a towel. I have it on my lap because I just don't want this hair to get everywhere. If you hear some crackling noise, it's my fireplace in the back, okay? So basically, when it comes to my lock journey, I feel like in order to explain that, I kind of got to go a little back to the past, what kind of styles I did before. I've never been the type of girl who was into doing hair or anything like that. I hated doing my natural hair so much. Just mainly because I don't have the patience or the skills, I would say, I guess. Look at that curl. So growing up, my mom was the one who mainly did my hair, and then I would go to salons here and there and stuff, or people would come to my house and do my hair, and I would get box braids or just braids or just different different styles and stuff. So I really didn't start getting box braids for real until after high school. I was probably 18, 19, 20 years old, and that's when I really got into box braids. And the reason for that, this is actually really funny. Whenever I got my hair done and I told them that I would want braids, I never knew the term box braids. I would just say I want braids, but I wanted the box braids but didn't know the term box braids. And so there's a difference. I keep getting disappointed in the styles that I'm getting because it's not what I want. And so I started to realize okay, it may be am I calling it the wrong thing and stuff, because it would be the tiny braids with the hair left out. And so I would even tell them okay, I want braids, but I don't want the hair left out. I just want braids. I want it braided all the way down. I don't want no hair left out. And it wasn't until I got out of high school and stuff, and I started going to my current beautician, and she was like, what you want is box braids. And I'm yes, that's what I want. And so she did it, and ever since then I was getting box braids, and then I'll throw in a couple of styles here and there that weren't really box braids and stuff. Like when I wasn't in box braids, I kind of just put my hair in a ponytail, like threw it up back, or I would get it pressed out and just wear it like that for a while. Here and there, I would do 2-strand twist on my hair and stuff, just to let, you know, let my hair grow and stuff, and just to have a style that was protected. And since I was paying for my own hair at this point, I just wanted something that was cheap, and so I just decided to just do it myself. 2022 is when I decided, like officially decided, like, okay, like I think I'm gonna get locks. I was just thinking about it and thinking about it, and mind you, like almost everybody in my family has locks, and so it was kind of just like, now it's your turn. So I was like, you know what, I think I want locks and stuff. Like I think I'm at this age, like at the age where I wanted locks, because mind you, my mom, she would be like, you're gonna get locks soon and stuff, just watch, and I swore up and down, like I'm not getting no locks. Like I changed my hair too much, I love getting braids, da 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 da, this and this, you'll never see me in locks. Now look. I finally decided July 2022 that I wanted locks, and so I did a lot of research. A lot of research on my locks, because this is something that I'm gonna have for probably, like, I don't know how long, maybe the rest of my life, I don't know. Like I want it to be the way that I want them to be. I want them to be the color that I want them to be, and everything. Like this is gonna be the style. This is like, I wanted everything to be perfect when I got my locks. Let me do a close-up for you guys. So far, look how cute. I'm so excited. So I did all this research. I was trying to figure out the size, the color, how I wanted it started, because I was seeing that like when certain girls started it this way, it would look like this, or when certain girls started it this way, it would look like that and stuff. So I was just trying to figure out what I wanted. That research process didn't start for real until probably around October. That's when I really did like research and stuff. So I'm like hardcore research. So October 2022. So I was on Pinterest, I was on YouTube, I was on Google, like I was literally doing research. I had figured it out and everything. And so the color that I have is not even the color that I was supposed to get. So, or that I wanted. My mom never allowed me to dye my hair as a child and like as a teenager. I was never allowed to dye my hair because she didn't want it to damage my hair and all of this. When I had finally decided, like, okay, like I'm definitely gonna get locks and everything, I'm doing the research and everything, but I want my locks to be colored. And so I told my mom, like, you know, when I get locks, like I do want to get them colored and stuff. And so she was cool with it. She was like, okay, like, you know, that's cool, you're paying for it, so, you know, do what you want to do, basically. So I was like, okay, bet. And so then I realized, because I was doing my research, people were saying that they were regretting coloring their locks coloring their locks after they got their locks and stuff done. And so I was like, okay, well, let me color my hair before. And so I went to my mom and I asked her, I was like, hey, like, you know, are you cool? Like, since I'm getting locks, are you cool with me coloring my locks before I get them, so that, you know, by the time I get them, like, you know, I'll have the color in my hair, this and this. And then again, she was like, yeah, like, you know, of course, you're paying for it. She didn't care. So I was like, okay, cool, bet. So the color that I wanted, it was like a blonde. Like I wanted like this auburn, like blonde color. And so when I asked people, they would be like, oh, okay. They'd be like, oh, okay, and stuff. And so I'm like, yeah, like this is the color I want. I love it. It's so cute. Like, look how cute it is on this girl and stuff. And they would just be like, yeah, like. And so then I kind of like started picking up and reading the vibe. I'm like, okay, like people are not really feeling that color. Then I started thinking like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that, like, you know. And I found like this brown color that I really liked and stuff. But I wanted my hair to be more like ginger color, not red, not orange, but like that burnt ginger color. If I can find a good picture that references the color that I want or the shade that I want, I'm gonna put it in here and stuff. And so that's basically what I got when I got my locks. My loctician, well, beautician loctician, she has said like as I keep dyeing my hair, like the color's gonna get to the color that I wanted. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. Now I was trying to figure out like, you know, how do I want to start my locks? What kind of parts did I want? Because I saw people with regular parts, free parts, seashell parts, what are some other parts? Diamond parts. Like I saw people with whole like a different types. So I was just trying to figure out what kind of parts that I want. And so I saw this one picture. I don't know if I'm gonna even be able to find it or if I still have it screenshot. But it was this girl, she had these seashell parts. So it literally looked like a curve and stuff. And so I did more research on that, saw more people with it, realized it was called like a seashell part or whatever. And so that's what I got. Then I figured out the size. I wanted like medium stuff, not too big, not too small. How I started my locks. I knew that with my locks, because I saw a lot of people and stuff, they had like curly ends and stuff. It wasn't just that like straight bone, like, you know, lock. It was some loose hair at the end of it and stuff. And I really liked that look. What I didn't know is that those girls only had that look maybe because of the phase that they were in or the type of hair that they had. And so when I went to go and get my locks the day of, I had told my loctician and she was like, well, you got to look at like, you know, the type of hair type that they have and stuff. And so I was like, oh, I didn't really think about that. But I started seeing a pattern that people who started with 2-strand twist, and I could be wrong, so don't try coming from my head after I say this, because I could be wrong. Some of y'all might prove me wrong. But I started noticing that people who did the 2-strand twist as a start had like their locks are more straighter now, and it's not really like that loose end type of look. And I really wanted that loose curly end type of look. And so, but then I started noticing that people who started their locks with coils had that and stuff. So I ended up starting my locks with coils. I was really happy with how my locks had turned out and stuff. When I first got them, you know, people say that you're gonna not like those first couple of months because you're gonna look like a boy. You're gonna go through that ugly phase and things like that. I can't really say that I went through that phase, and this is why. I was already doing 2-strand twist on my own hair. So this is it now. So I was doing 2-strand twist before I had even started my locks and stuff. So that like first look, that beginning look, it didn't really bother me, because I was kind of already used to looking like that. Before I got my locks, I had my hair, I did individual, like, you know, small little braids in my hair. Like I was used to that, like, you know, that boyish look, my hair shrinking up and stuff. So that didn't really bother me. What bothered me is I got my locks done at the beginning of January. So January 7th. Literally 2 weeks later, by like January 16th, 17th, 20th, my, like, you could tell like I needed a retwist and I needed it badly. I needed one badly, and I was confused because I'm like, okay, how often do I need to come? She was like, at the beginning you're gonna have to, like, you know, you'll probably have to come more often and stuff, and then as your locks form, you'll probably come down to like once a month, and then after that you probably won't, like, you'll probably go like a couple of months without a retwist. I used to have an undercut, I got my undercut after high school. I was like 18, 19 years old. And the reason why I got my undercut done was because I didn't like a lot of tension when I got braids, like started getting the real box braids. I didn't like the tension in the back of my neck. Like I hated it. And I also suffered from migraines. Having that right there, like my head was on fire all the time. When I was telling my loctician, I think it was like probably the first or second time I got my hair done from her, getting the box braids, she was like, well, why don't you just get an undercut? And I was like, I don't know. And so then she started showing me pictures and things. She was like, you know, it's gonna be covered unless you put your hair up. But I ended up getting an undercut and I loved it. Like I loved my undercut and stuff. But when I got my locks, I was like, I no longer really need an undercut anymore because I'm not gonna have that tension in the back of my neck anymore. I decided to grow my undercut out. That process happened in March of 2023. So I got my regular locks January 2023, started the process of my undercut, growing my undercut out in March. Come January of 2024, I want to say that's when my undercut really started staying locks. And the reason why I say that is because I started retwisting my own hair. I think the first time I retwisted my hair, I want to say it was in March of 2024. Again, I could be wrong. I wish I had my pictures in front of me. Like I could pull out my laptop, but I don't even feel like doing that. So I learned how to do my own hair, my own retwist, and it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard at all. I'm definitely gonna be doing some videos on here showing you guys how to retwist or how I retwist my hair, but it wasn't hard or anything. And so now my undercut, like they're locks. They're definitely, it's locked. It went through that budding stage. Like they're locks, but they're just shorter. Like they're way shorter than my normal locks, but they're growing. They are growing. They're just shorter. And so that's why the first one of these took me 2 hours, because I started with my undercut, didn't know what I was doing. My undercuts, they're so tiny, and so I'm trying to grip the hair and stuff, and I was getting frustrated with myself because I'm like, okay, this is not working. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm gonna just give up. Like, it was just a lot. It was a lot, you guys. I was gonna wash my hair and also include that all into this video, but I'm really liking this look. I'm really liking this look, so I think I'm gonna just rock the 2-strand, like the twist out look, for a while. But yeah, so that was the gist of my journey. So basically I have 57 locks. I take that back. I have 67 now because of my undercut, since it's growing out. I have 67 locks. I started with coils. The size is kind of like a medium, small, medium, not too small, not too big. I started with the seashell or the C-shaped parts. Am I gonna re-dye my hair? I don't know. I have no clue. Like, a part of me wants to re-dye my hair, and then another part of me doesn't, and then another part of me just wants to dye my hair black, back to black. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the post notifications so you can get notified when I make a new video. Hopefully this video is not too long. I don't like to make my videos super long. Hopefully when I start posting more of my lock content and more of what this channel is gonna be about, I'll start getting more and more subscribers, followers, likes, and things like that. But you're just gonna take it one day at a time, one video at a time. Stay tuned for everything. I hope to see you guys in my next video.